We have to do a cold open.
A what?
A cold open. A funny line that gets thrown before the thing.
Oh,
I think
okay.
My General Stupidity will be the cold open then.
I guess so.
Hello one, hello all, I'm CP.
And I'm Dennis.
And this is a special episode of CDE. We're going to do an extended review as well as some spoiler talk at the end. So just make sure if you haven't seen the movie, you don't want anything to be ruined. You'll have a little warning at the end. You might want to either wait or tap out there. So we just saw Star Wars.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Right. That's it. So for those of you who don't know, it's the story on how the rebels get a hold of the plans to the Death Star, which is a fairly big plot point in Episode 4, A New Hope. We follow Jyn Erso, basically for the most part. It's Jyn Erso's story. A tough gal,
Kinda.
a rebel. No pun intended. She gets this group together to help her go and steal the plans to the Death Star. Jyn Erso's father is Mads Mikkelsen, and he's
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen, Mr. Mikkelsen. He's on the inside, and we'll just leave it at that. She gets a group together. It's kind of Seven Samurai, Magnificent Seven in the Star Wars universe. Right?
Yeah, that's a pretty good comparison.
Right?
Yeah.
It feel like
I didn't think about that.
It's not directly so parallel, but the more the movie plays on, the more it feels like something like Seven Samurai, or
where all the guys that's on the mission doesn't work for the rebels. They find some of the guys along the way.
Right. When they run into Donnie Yen and his partner, that's where the group really starts to assemble. So Dennis, your thoughts on the movie?
Well, I like the movie, but it's not as good as I had hoped it would be. Even with Donnie Yen in it, he was a major reason why I wanted to see it. But yeah, I'll still put Force Awakens above Rogue One.
Well, they're kind of different. They're different styles of movie.
Of course they are, but just taking Star Wars in general.
Mm-hmm. So what are you saying, that if Donnie Yen had either a larger role or was more better, that would have made it you make it sound like you were watching the movie exclusively for Donnie Yen.
Not exclusively, but a big deal had to do with him. Yeah.
Okay.
But again, I don't know. Well, he did have some fights, but I still feel like I didn't have enough Donnie Yen. But yeah, with the gang of people, I guess they all need time for each person.
Right, and they really, it's not like it is the Denzel Washington version of Magnificent Seven. There's more stars as side characters, and again, Donnie Yen is probably the biggest star, and he's not even that big a deal in America. So I feel like it really comes together in the middle and really hits its stride at the end. Oddly enough, it feels like an opening for Episode 4. I mean, I don't know if that has something to do with the fact that we know how things turn out, but it felt like it was a fair enough. I'm not saying that it's slow or anything, but it had a certain pace to it in the beginning, and then the further along we got, the more intense and fast it got. So what I do here at Will I Like It, even though this is a CDE episode, is I try to figure out who would like the movie in question. I'm gonna obviously say that any Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
I would say somebody who likes kind of a not exactly Seven Samurai, but maybe like a teamwork army type movie, like a really less serious version of Saving Private Ryan or something like that. It has a war type feel to it.
Well, there's a bunch of things you can choose from. Well, it's a sci-fi movie, sci-fi fans. Again, Donnie Yen fans.
Oh, right.
Even Mads Mikkelsen has become somewhat of a bigger name in America the last few years. So you can go buy actors in that case too. And personally, that's, oh well, I know Forrest Whitaker too, but if I would have to go by any of the actors, it would be Donnie Yen and Mads Mikkelsen.
I personally, my favorite, my surprise favorite is Alan Tudyk voicing.
Yeah, you laughed quite a bit.
K2. Yeah, it was you know, it's kind of this movie C-3PO, but he was a bit snarky. Just imagine C-3PO and Matt Damon from Interstellar and have some sort of crisscross. That is the attitude style of Alan Tudyk in.
He said what was on his mind.
Yeah, it was.
He didn't hold anything back.
Yeah, and
kind of like me.
Except you're not funny. Ben Mendelsohn, who's supposed to be the premier bad guy of this film, I feel like as the main villain, his feet are kind of chopped out from him because he's answering to somebody, and then it feels like at a certain point, even the people that he's answering to are answering to somebody. So it always felt like no matter what was going on, you weren't dealing with the bad guy. Like, you know, I guess the stakes weren't completely there for Ben Mendelsohn. Like, he was kind of undermined a couple of times during the movie, and it took away from me really respecting his ability to be a badass. And Donnie Yen is the blind badass, Double B. As much as you don't think there was enough of him, I think he was used well. He's the representation of the Force in the film. And there's a line that he says in the movie that I felt like, man, why didn't they do that at all in the prequels? And then he explained that, well, he could feel that the Force, the way it moves in and out. There's that line where it's just like, wow, that is a brilliant way to explain how the Force works. Why did it take 8 films for us to get that beautiful explanation of how the Force works? So I guess we'll talk about whether or not we enjoyed it, and then we'll get into spoilers.
Well, I enjoyed it, but like I said, good, not great. I am more than ready to order the Steelbook when that goes up. I want it in my collection.
That's not saying anything, though.
Like I said, I like the movie, but I won't. Well, since I haven't started working on a top 10 of the year, I can't quite say if it would be in my top 10 or not. So that's gonna have to come later when I start working on that and thinking about it.
That is a good point. Yeah, I agree. I like it. I mean, I can name you 40 movies I've seen this year that I like less than it, but yeah, I don't. It might be around 10. You know, maybe 9, maybe 11. Does it crack the top 10? I don't. Yeah, it's not my favorite movie of the year. Like, I know that already. Could you say the same thing?
That it's not my favorite of yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, we're both kind of in agreement that it's good. It's really good. Just you know, not epic, and that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
In this case, yeah.
Right.
Had it been Star Wars 8, and we were sitting here, it's okay, not great.
Yeah.
Then I would have a bigger problem with it.
8 has to be something.
Yeah.
It that needs to be the big one. I mean, 9 can be disappointing, but 8's got to be the holy shit. What are we getting next? So this is your warning for spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, leave now. This is the true Suicide Squad film of 2016. The cast dies. Like, all of them die. So this
all the good guys.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I was surprised. I mean, I expected it. I mean, you remember on the drive-in, I said, that they're in a doomed mission. Yeah. But I kind of thought maybe one person would get out only to, die off screen.
Yeah,
or some shit.
I was surprised the last 2 main characters didn't make it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. They sit on the beach and
There was no final girl in this movie.
yeah, they just watch the end come and and it happens. They
And the people in space are just, may the force be with you, Rogue One, and then they just leave.
yeah, 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 yeah. There's I mean the third act. I think if you just gave me the third act of the film, I could grade that higher because like when they start crashing the ships
Yeah.
and shit, like it gets really neat towards the end there, and suddenly people are dropping like flies. Unfortunately, Donnie Yen has his,
And as soon as he stood up,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I just knew it.
yeah, you could
2
tell.
minutes later.
You could tell by the way he was talking to the
Uh-huh.
Force. I'm with the Force, and it was just like he's gonna have a hero death. Everybody wanted to talk about it. So Darth Vader, what is your opinion on Darth Vader in the film?
I thought he was great. He was not in the movie that much, but
Right.
I think he was in enough. He didn't need more.
Right.
And just that last scene where you just see this dark hallway and you just hear and you know he's standing there and the lightsaber came on and, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a scene towards the end that it like, and he just fucking cleans house of like, I don't know, like 10 rebels, and it's awe-inspiring. The scene that everybody speculated over, the Botha tank, whatever the hell it's called, it was him, but everybody speculated over who's in it. There's Imperial guards next to him. Who is it? And we get like a little shot of Darth Vader without his mask and all that stuff, but it's very quick.
You don't see the actual
Yeah,
face.
you don't.
And it looked like it was from behind.
Right. There was a split second where I'm like, oh, they did get Hayden Christensen back, and I thought we were going to see Hayden Christensen's face, and at least they didn't give us that. They didn't give us too much of Vader, but it was good. He was like what the Emperor was in Empire. To Donnie Yen's good badass, Vader is evil badass. Surprise characters, Grand Moff Tarkin, CGI.
The two guys you saw that I missed.
Oh, right. 3PO and R2 have a slight cameo. And I feel like it's a bit wasted, if I'm being honest. Like, I guess they threw, like, literally, Dennis went to pee and missed their scene.
That's what you get for having to be.
Yeah, it literally was a shoehorn scene where they were talking about, they were shoehorned.
Leia's literally in the last 2 minutes of the movie.
Another case of CGI, though.
Yeah.
Hers wasn't quite as bad because she wasn't on screen so much. I felt like Grand Moff Tarkin, it looked neat. It was cool to have his character and it sound like him, but there was times where it was just like, man, I feel like I'm watching a video game here. And
I didn't notice it all that much, but
you didn't notice the CGI?
not that much, no.
All right, well then I stand corrected.
But that it could be just me. In Force Awakens it was clear with Snoke and Maz Kanata, but in this one I didn't. I guess I just didn't pay that much attention to it.
So basically, the end of the film is everybody dies, and it really is what, seconds, maybe minutes before. Like if you were to play Episode 4 right after Rogue One, you get the feeling that they're connected somehow, because it literally feels like the same stream, because Episode 4 opens with that tiny ship, the rebel ship getting chased by Vader and them, and Rogue One leaves with Vader kind of chasing after them. The one thing that I'm actually thinking of it now is Darth Vader. He steamrolls through all the rebels, but in the beginning of Episode 4, he doesn't really kill anybody. He takes the princess hostage, but they don't add up. Why would he kill everybody in sight, but want to talk to people in Episode 4? I'm literally just thinking of that now. Like it's a bit of a misconnection. If he's killing everybody and then he catches up to them, why wouldn't he just keep killing people?
Good question.
No, a little,
I have no answer for you.
a little bit. Like I literally just thought of that now. That it wasn't like pre-thought or anything. It just hit me while I was thinking of that. A bit of a plot hole. I don't know. I need to go. I'm going to enjoy watching Rogue One and Episode 4 together. But yeah, somebody said that the Emperor was in it. He's not.
No.
I'm trying to think what else, like what other faint spoilers. Oh, Jimmy Smits, Leia's father is in it, and I enjoy that because that's the connection to Episode 3. Other than like the ships and stuff, it was really neat to see him, as a.
Yeah, and he was talking about Yoda at the end.
No, he was talking about Obi-Wan. He was talking about
Obi-Wan.
his connection or his good friend. Well, yeah, I guess he could have been talking about either or, but I would assume he was talking about Obi-Wan. And yeah, it just the way they tied everything up, it really fits. It's not necessary, but it fits. I feel like if you don't see it, it's not terrible.
No, but now that we have seen it, I don't wanna not have it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I can watch 1, 2, and 3 and be done. I watch Rogue One and I'm like, man, I think I want to
gotta
watch 4
put the
now.
next on.
Yeah. It really is neat. I mean, I can't even say that for Force Awakens. I don't watch Force Awakens and think, oh, I gotta watch Jedi. And granted, obviously it's one part of a trilogy that we haven't had yet, so it's a bit unfair to judge it like that. But I watch Rogue One and I think, man, it's like this appetizer. It's just like, oh, that was good. Let me check this out. And even there were times where I was like, I should check Episode 3 to see if that ship really is what I think it is, and this and that. It's really a companion movie. I don't know, that's not, it's not, and I don't mean that as derogatory. I just, no. All right. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Dennis, you enjoyed it. He's already pre-ordering the Steelbook. You like the magic last words, Dennis?
Fucking go home.